This is the base mesh of the little alien that I used in the article, and he's ready to be rigged with one or two exceptions. When we get to the second video, I'll put an advanced biped rig on him, and to be ready for that there's one or two areas that just need to be refined a little bit, and by that I really mean the areas where there will be lots of deformation. When you rig, the rigging and the weighting will use the vertices, so the weighting will come into this arm and into the shoulder here, and there isn't enough geometry around this area here for that to work as well as I'd want it to. It'll mean there'll be lots of errors around here. So with this particular joint here, I will go to loop selection here. It gives you an idea just to check that your loops are where you'd want them. This joint here could be changed a little bit, but actually it goes into the shoulder. It's quite a cartoony character, so it's fine around the back here where there will be a lot of deformation. But this joint here needs a bit more. So we'll switch to the knife tool. Make sure it's set to loop down here, and you'll see there I'll pop a loop in there, and that's given me an extra ring of geometry. I'll do it on both sides. I could mirror it, but we'll get away with it this time. There's plenty of geometry in the neck, so there's nothing there that would worry me. But when we get up to the top here, there's no mouth features on this creature because all he does is a little bit of a mumble. But actually, putting another split in there would give me, when I do pose morphs, would give me a bit more to work with, so that's not a problem. And again, with the eyes, there will be pose morphs here. So I'm going to put two extra splits in here, so that when I come to close the eye over, I've got a lot more geometry to work with. And these are the areas that you really need to focus on. So you look at where the most deformation will occur. So another example will be here on the elbow, and I know that that elbow will probably need an extra couple in there just to help with the weighting, so that the elbow won't collapse when it's folded in. And again, you could do this more accurately with by mirroring it. But to be honest, for this example, it's fine. And again, I would put extra splits around the wrist, and that means there's a lot more geometry for the weighting to link to there around that hand and wrist. And then the two other crucial ones will be around the hip. I've added an extra loop in there at the hip. You could split all the way through here to give a lot more geometry around this area, but actually, having already rigged this, I know that that isn't a problem. The knee is a problem, and again, it's exactly the same as the elbow. You need lots of geometry here. I'm going overboard here now, and I might take some of these out. And the same around the ankle. And what you've got there is when the weighting is applied in the next video in a moment, you'll see exactly how that affects it, and how, because there's more areas here to deform, these areas won't collapse if they're bent too far because there's more geometry to hold on to. The toes are fine, they go out, they don't bend too much anyway, they just flip forward. But always try and focus on areas where the most amount of deformation will occur, so the crucial ones, ankles, knees, hips. We might actually put extra under here, under the chest, but at the moment that's fine. Shoulder, elbow, neck was okay anyway, and then the eyes. So I'll switch to the next video and I'll add the rig, and then you'll see exactly how those areas having the right amount of geometry make a huge difference to the rig.